far spread the moory ground, a level scene, bespread with rush and one eternal green that never felt the rage of blundering plow. Those centuries wreathed spring blossoms on its brow, still meeting plains that stretched them far away in unchecked shadows of green, brown, and gray. Unbounded freedom ruled the wandering scene, nor fence of ownership crept in between to hide the prospect of the following eye. Its only bondage was the circling sky. One mighty flat, undwarfed by bush or tree, spread its faint shadow of immensity and lost itself, which seemed to eke its bounds in the blue mist the horizon's edge surrounds. And now this sweet vision of my boyish hours, free as spring clouds and wild as summer flowers, is faded all. A hope that blossomed free hath been once, no more shall ever be. Enclosure came and trampled on the grave of labor's rights and made the poor a slave. And memory's pride ere wont to wealth did bow, is both the shadow and the substance now. The sheep and cows were free to range as then, where change might prompt, nor felt the bonds of men. Cows went and came with evening, morn, and night to the wild pasture as their common right. And sheep, enfolded with the rising sun, heard the swains shout and felt their freedom won. And tracked the red fallow field and heath and plain and met the brook and drank and roamed again. The brook that dribbled on as clear as glass beneath the roots. They hid among the grass. While the glad shepherd traced their tracks along, as free as the lark and happy as her song. But now all's fled, and flats of many a dye that seemed to lengthen with the following eye, moors losing from the sight, far, smooth, and blee, where the plover swapped in its pleasure free, are vanished now, with commons wild and gay, as the poet's vision of life's early day. Mulberry bushes, where the boy would run to fill his hands with fruit, are grubbed and done. And hedgerow briars, flower lovers overjoyed, came to fill their flower pots. These are all destroyed. And skybound moors in their mangled garbs are left like mighty giants of their limbs bereft. Fence now meets fence in owner's little bounds of field and meadow, largest garden gourds, in little parcels, little minds to please, with men and flocks imprisoned, ill at ease. Each little path led its pleasant way as sweet as morning leading night astray, where little flowers bloomed round a varied host, that travel felt delighted to be lost, nor grudged the steps that he had taken as vain, when right roads traced his journeys, and again. Nay, on a broken tree he'd sit a while, to see the moors and fields and meadows smile. Sometimes with cowslaps smothered, then all white with daisies, then the summer's splendid sight of cornfields crimson over the headache bloomed, like splendid armies for the battle plumed. He gazed upon them with wild fancy's eye, as fallen landscapes from an evening sky. These paths are stopped. The rude Philistine's thrall is laid upon them and destroyed them all. Each little tyrant with his little sign shows where man claims earth glows no more divine. But paths to freedom and to childhood dear, a board sticks up to notice, no road here. And on the tree with ivy overhung, the hated sign by vulgar taste is hung. As though the very birds should learn to know, when they go there, they must no further go. Thus with the poor, scared freedom bade goodbye, and much they feel it in their smothered sigh. The birds and trees and flowers without a name all sighed when lawless law's enclosure came. And dreams of plunder in such rebel schemes have found too truly that they were but dreams.